We're in the house, family. We back on their ass. We hunting them down, family. We in the house. Black Papa, come on in. Pull up. Get your notebook. Pull on up. We on top of them today. Exercising our right to be free of consciousness and open up that third eye so we can get this wisdom and lay the blueprint for global African supremacy. Come on in. Time to wake up today. Come on up out the slumber. Wake on up. Come on, get that cure. Come on, get that cure for arabatosis. Come on in today. We on top of it. Come on in. Let me get my chat up there. All right, we're in the house. We're in the house. If you was here and got the first lecture, you understand what I'm saying? Then you already ready. You and even if you didn't get it, you go back and watch is the pyramid under threat of being destroyed by Islam. You watch that, and then watch the one is Arabia stolen lands of Ethiopia. Watch both of them. But the newest one of today, I added a lot of necessary information so you can understand that what is called Arabia is nothing more than Northeast Africa. They didn't stole our land, no different. They didn't start them businesses out of our community, And so what they doing in Africa, they doing right here in our communities, right here in North America or anywhere else where the black and Arab dynamic is wherever that black and Arab dynamic is located, then you see that they are, oppressing the black people and stealing our resources and stealing our economy and stealing our history too. So wake on up today. Okay, now is the phallus of Osiris worship in Mecca as a god? And people say, Seti, man, you just making up titles. I'm gonna hurt your feelings today, nigga. I don't make up nothing unless it's the truth. You understand? The fact is that you just ain't been told. And a lot of this, you've been told all of the lies of the Quran, this, that, and the third. You ain't been told none of the truth. We just woke up out this slumber in the last 30 years, and some niggas then went and laid back down in the crypt. Went right back to the crypt. Went right back to sleep. You didn't really want to be woke. Like I say, most of these niggas out here ain't under nothing but t-shirt and necklace niggas. They don't do no research. So it ain't hard for them to go to sleep because they are already damn sleep. Got one eye open, you know what I'm saying, just enough to see the truth, but then the other one is closed. You understand? They ain't gonna do no more than, put them necklaces on, put a little Kushite oil on, this, that, and the third, twist their head up, let their little beard grow down a little bit. Nigga look at him, you'll think that nigga was a king. Go into his mind and you're going to see it was all a dream. Straight up. You're going to see that it was all a dream. Come on in, family. I'm trying to get, that magic number. I see family coming on in. Come on, get this information. Come on, Muslim. Come on in. We know what you're about. Come on in. We got the truth today. I love you, Black Muslim. Just come on in. I know they lied to you, didn't tell you all of this. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't tell you all of this. But today your brother said they're going to show you, and I want you to take this information, do more research, man, and tell the truth. Don't go back to humdiddly-la, and all of that shit. No, don't go back to that. You got to throw off the shackles of the oppressor. You understand? That's why we going deeper and deeper into this shit. Because too many niggas that say they know the truth ain't banging hard enough. You ain't bang, but when it's time to bang for that bullshit, you're going 110%. But then when it comes to our history and our heritage and our liberation, you niggas is only on the internet. Y'all got some goddamn commercialized revolution shit going on. and ain't no real boots on the motherfucking ground about this revolution. You understand what I'm saying? So like I said, I don't give a damn about hurting no feelings today. Your feelings just gonna be hurt because the truth is the truth. Okay. Now, okay, let me get this one on out the way. Now, I'm going to start with just a little bit of the last video to show you that, that the Arab is a very destructive person towards culture and civilization that don't belong to him. Matter of fact, as I was showing, as the air was blowing ancient temples and artifacts up, destroying them in the mall. Shit, I think ISIS, I think they Shiite. I think they Shiite Muslim. Shit, they was blowing some of the Sunni Muslim tombs, blowing them up. You understand? Because they've been going at it for a while now. Let me get my phone so I can have my monitor, family. Just hold tight. Let me get my phone right here. Okay, here we go, right here. We're in the house. Now, when I saw this, I seen, but the science, it take me a while, because you see evidence, and then you got to pull back, and look at the one veil, and you're gonna see it's a veil behind the first veil that you pull back. So you got to keep pulling back the veil because everything in religion is encrypted. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call it occult, esoterical. You understand what I'm saying? It's been encrypted. You know what I'm saying? But as you pull back one veil, you got to pull back another. You understand? And so I kept pulling back the veils, and and then it became evident that that's exactly what it was. Okay, I wouldn't come up here and just putting up nothing. That just wouldn't nigga. And so I'm laying the blueprint. I'm gonna go into a little bit about 4, 5, 6 of the of the slides from the last video. You see what I'm saying? And then we're gonna jump right into is the phallus of Osiris worshipped in Mecca as a god? And it is. And it is. Whether they want to tell the truth of the matter or not, it is. Okay? Now let me come on over here and let me go up a little bit. Matter of fact, I'll just shoot through this right quick. You know what I'm saying? To show the people how they destroy, those things of other people culture that do not belong to them. They hide the facts. Just like the Catholics hide the facts. Sometimes they don't even hide it. They put the damn obelisk right in front of the damn church. They don't even give a goddamn. You understand what I'm saying? They know it don't belong to them. And they'll put that motherfucker right in front of the damn church to let you know that they venerate our culture, steal it and reinterpret it, but they know that is ours. Okay? Let me go and share this and get this. And then be in the house, I'm gonna keep moving so we can do this last one on the black goddess, the black Madonna being worshipped in Mecca nonetheless. We're gonna get on them. Okay, let me go on here and bring this up. And when I see it on the monitor, then I'm ready to go. Time to rock and roll. And so as we've shown that we got a destructive Islam, and like I say, we are under threat. We venerate our ancestors' artifacts and temples and tombs, but they are under threat of being destroyed. I find it very disturbing that somebody would even put these types of photos up. There you go with your ISIS and shit and this, that, and the third. And the destruction of the pyramids, man, will be devastating to African people. You understand? I don't want to hear, they just know these are the greatest the greatest temples, artifacts our ancestors ever put on this planet. And the mere mentioning of the destruction should bring African people to rage. We should be enraged. Do you understand if somebody openly said that they would, bomb the Vatican or the White House or any of that, which them is just modern houses of, empty houses of Western political and religious thought. It don't mean nothing. But do you understand the armament that they were forced to bring down upon anybody that would even dare threaten, any of these structures? And here today, we are under threat of having our greatest monuments destroyed. And so you didn't have Muslims come out and threaten them. But today is more evident that, it's more possible today than it's ever been. So as we see this group called ISIS, a radical Shiite form of Islam, very radical in destruction. And you can see right here in Syria, where the ISIS, they was in Syria and Iraq, and there's a lot of Babylonian artifact that reside in Iraq that was totally wiped out, totally destroyed. You understand what I'm saying? Such a shame that these people is so barbaric in their mentality that they don't have no respect for, anything that's not in a fake religious book. You understand what I'm saying? That we call the Quran. And so they say that it's against, Allah to have these structures in the land. You understand what I'm, to have imagery, especially black imagery. If it was an Arab, you would leave it up there. But because it's not an Arab, and many of these statues over there got woolly African features, woolly hair, African, blow it up, chisel it out the wall. And so you see right here, this temple in Syria was blown clean to smithereens. You see, you can look at it from the front and you can see this showing you that they don't have no respect for anything that is not a part of Islam. They don't even give, two fucks about some Islamic buildings. Because like I said, not only did they blow the ancient Roman structure, African structures, they also blew some Sunni Muslim mosque up. So they over there, any and everything that ain't down with them, they destroying it. You understand? Now that's, if it was in their own homeland and some oppressors came in and put up structures in their homeland, and you understand, I can probably understand where they're coming from. But the fact is they are in African lands destroying structures that belong to African people. And so we're going to have to stand up at some point in time, because sooner or later, them damn artifacts going to be the living bodies of African men and women, and they ready to eradicate not only the artifact, but eradicate the people who created the artifact. So you see again here where they just blew it down. And so why am I? Because in many Egyptian artifacts resided in Arabia. What is called Arabia. It wasn't Arabia. It was a part of the Nile Valley. And they didn't wrote these stories of lies and deceit to fool you that there was some ancient, there wasn't no ancient Arabia. Arabia ain't no more than 1,000 years old. That's all that it is, 1,000 years old. Ain't no ancient. About 100 AD, you get some damn Arabia. Okay, and I'm just going to be 100. I'm tired of people making up all these fraudulent ass stories to justify some fake gods that they believe in. We got to wake up to that. You understand what I'm saying? And so you see here the arches that belong, and again, even though this was Roman, you can see the Egyptian. They had Egyptian architects in Rome. A lot of people don't understand that when Rome and Greece conquered Egypt, they took many architects. You understand what I'm saying? They took many of the learned minds back to Rome. You understand? And many of the columns that you see in Rome were shipped from Egypt. They were actually created in Egypt and shipped to Rome. So you got to understand that Africans had a hand in many of these temples that you see, that you think that's Roman. Africans even had a hand in creating those temples. And so again, you see right here the arches that was in front of this temple, and you can see where they just blew them out of there. Okay, this is the savages. These are the savages that live in huts and tents and shit. and talk about Africans live in tents and shit. We very well, because that's, that's our choice to do that. You understand? You living in it because you don't have no knowledge to build nothing greater than the damn tent. If we in the jungle, and of course we have to use the type of structures that's necessary, that's, gonna stand the test of time. You can't use, because the damn jungle will eat that shit up. You know what I'm saying? And so we create our shelters based on the environment in which we live. You understand what I'm saying? But the people we call the Arabs, they've been stuck in tents all their life. And many of them over there in tents right now. And if it wasn't for the Africans, and and by way of the Romans, they would still be over there in tents. Okay, let me move forward. So again, when you look at how they got the pyramids on fire, you got to understand, when you see Mecca and Medina and all of that, that was Egyptian land, that was Ethiopian land, and many artifacts were there that have been destroyed nonetheless. Okay, and what's the name of this city right here? Palmyra, or whatever it is, Palmyra. And so they didn't blew the motherfucking temple up, and you can see them down at the bottom putting all the damn barrels of dynamite. This is in Afghanistan. I didn't, and this was one of the largest temples of statues of Buddha in the world. And I'm gonna get to that. It's gonna come up right after this. You see here before and after. They went over there and blew a 2,000-year-old temple out of there with their dumb ass. And there is the hole where the Buddha was. The Taliban blew it down. So what I'm doing is I'm showing you a pattern. Just because you don't see it there don't mean it wasn't there. This is how Islam get down. This is how the Jew get down. In order for them to facilitate the lie, they got to remove the damn truth. They got to remove the truth. And so, and you see this sick motherfucker right there smiling because he's responsible for that. That motherfucker can't do nothing but pick fleas off of a camel. You understand what I'm saying? So he ain't got, his mind is no smaller than a pebble. You understand what I'm saying? And so he feel good about blowing the Buddha up out of there. And so this is over there in Iraq. You understand? They in the museum. And then it says ISIS claims responsibility for beheading 82-year-old archaeologists. Anybody doing art, they consider archaeology a sin, a blasphemy to Allah. You see what I'm saying? So here you see the lowly Arab up there with a jackhammer, and you can see the woolly hair in the Babylonian beard. You understand what I'm saying? You can see him up there with the jackhammer, chiseling the African face. If it looked like his daddy, he would have left it up there. If it looked like his pappy, he would have left it up there. But the fact that, and we showed that, let me show you the Babylonian right quick. Let me show you the black Babylonians right quick, so you can see why he carved it up out of there. You understand what I'm saying? Let me do this real quick. Matter of fact, let me copy it and bring it on down. And I'm going to show you why he carved it up out of there. You understand what I'm saying? Paste it on in there. Let's go to work. So you see to the left, you see the Babylonian, and the Babylonian is in today what you call Iraq. And then you go over to Iran, you see the Elamite. You see they brown and black, woolly-haired Africans that ruling over in that land. And the Bible calls them the sons of Nimrod, who himself was the son of Cush. So you see him up there. You see the woolly hair on both of the Babylonian and the Elamites. And so now you see why he up there chiseling that face out there, because you know damn well that's us. And so they done the same thing in the land that which we know of today as Arabia, which really is Northeast Africa, and they ain't nothing but usurpers. But in order to facilitate the lie of Islam, they had to remove the evidence out of Arabia, no different than what they doing and they so obvious and so overt, ain't nobody making up nothing on them. You understand? Because they don't, look at this. got jackhammers all over. Man, this is ridiculous. This is totally ridiculous. How lowly of a beast these peoples is. These is beasts. Straight up, I'm gonna say that now we're gonna get to the Egyptian museum because a lot of people, and again, like I said, I got to get on my family because we got to be more than necklace and t-shirt niggas. We can't just have, fight the power and I love black people and I love Egypt and got all the necklaces and earrings and hats and shoes, African shoes, and ain't no African mind. You niggas, you got to get the mind first. You got to, you got to have an African. You can't just have no costume. I'm an African. You just playing a role, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? We got to have African mind. And so when we have the African mind, we understand that our ancestors' artifacts is an extension of us. And so when we should feel the pain of what's happening to our artifacts, because we know if we let these vagabond motherfuckers destroy it, they don't give a fuck. They'll remove. These are the greatest artifacts of our spirituality, our history. You understand? The evidence of the greatness of our people, and we treat it just like it's nothing but a damn a news editorial. You read, oh, we was the builders. So what if we was the builders of the pyramid? They over there with the ability to destroy our shit right now. We ain't got no hand of influence over there to stop them from doing it. So what difference do it make if we are the builders of the pyramid, if we ain't got no hand of influence over there to stop them from doing it? So this was 2011, and I'm gonna move quickly through this. You understand what I'm saying? And you see here, this was the beautiful artifact of King Tutankhamun on the back of the Black Panther. And you can see they done pushed it over, destroyed it, and to go off of it and everything. Disrespectful. I ain't hear nobody talk about that. I ain't heard nobody put up shit on it. Niggas got all these unks on, fake ass unks you bought from the Arab or this, that white man. That shit say made in China on the back of your shit. I'm sick of this shit and got no respect, no veneration of our own sacred artifact. You see that they had to go, after the revolution where they had got rid of that president over there, I forget his name, and they put in the president it was a military coup, and the people, the Muslims over there tore the damn country, parts of the country up. You know what I'm saying? And so nobody even documented the fact that they went up in the Egyptian museum and destroyed a lot of shit. So that right there, you see, that's the Nubian soldiers, and you can see, look at this. They just went up in there. You see a lot of the mummies, they didn't broke the damn coffins and cracked the damn, man. Look at this shit. This is so disgraceful and so disrespectful. I don't even want, man, don't even talk to me. You got all these goddamn Egyptian names and shit, this, that, and third. You niggas is nothing but costume Negroes. You understand? And you don't like it, motherfucker, pack up and get up off of my shit. Because somebody got to speak up for the ancestors. Nobody speaking up for that and telling the truth. Nigga, you ain't ready to do nothing. You ready to be a costume nigga and dress up and play a role. You understand? But when it come down to the real boots on the ground, you niggas ain't nowhere to be found. You understand what I'm saying? No different when it come time to stand up for the sisters, the babies, you know where to be found. When the brothers is getting lynched and hung, and nowhere to be found. And this is gender neutral. You understand what I'm saying? This is gender neutral. So, we all living up. And I ain't going to say we all because we ain't all doing shit. I'm very vocal about my stake in the claim. I let them know, bitch, I see you. I know what you're up to. I know what you done destroyed already and let you know, bitch, you ain't going to get away with it. You understand what I'm saying? I see you committing a crime. And, bitch, I got your name written down. And when it come time to serve these warrants on these motherfuckers that didn't disrespect Africa, bitch, we serving the warrant. You understand what I'm saying? Right there, we see the Egyptian soldiers, the collection of Egyptian soldiers, tow it up. I ain't seen nobody even speak on this. You understand? The same thing they did in the Egyptian museum, same thing they did to the Egyptian various pyramids. The Muslim blew the hole in the pyramid of Menkaure, blew the hole in the pyramid of Giza, tore down Queen pyramids. You understand what I'm saying? Tore down so many and sold many of the artifacts. The Arab did that. Sold all them artifacts to the British Museum to let them gave them permits to come over there and take all our shit and put it over there in them museums. And ain't nobody talking about shit, but oh, look at the fuck looking at it in the museum. It got to be liberated. Fuck going to the pyramids while the Arab selling you a ticket to your own ancestors' artifact, nigga. Ain't no, I'm not gonna keep going. I went over there 3 years, 5 years, and so what, nigga? Did you liberate anything while you was over? You over there looking while the Arab selling you a ticket to your own shit. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Come a time when you see, I done seen enough where it's time to talk revolution. It's time to talk redemption. It's time to talk liberation of the artifacts and the temples and the land and the people and the mind. We got to deal with the mind. Too many of you niggas costume revolutionary, but your mind, boy, your mind is blank. You ain't living up to the responsibility of a revolutionary. Look at this. Look at our, continuing the show. This is in Iraq. You know what I'm saying? Where you see again the African blew it right on out of there. If he thought it was his daddy, he would have left it up. If he thought it was his daddy's, his pappy's, he would have left it up because he know that that's not his land. He know that is not his land, and he know as long as it stay up there, it's an evidence of African people being in the land. You know what I'm saying? That's a living contradiction to all that Islam and Hebrew shit. That's all that it is. So he trying to clean it up. He trying to get it out of there because they know we winning this war, putting this truth out here. Okay, and so you see right there where that temple right there blown right on up out of there. You can't even see it no more. They on top of the structures with hammers and this, that, and the third. And we see it again. Now we get into is the phallus of Osiris worshiping them in Mecca. Okay, now nobody really ever showed this to our people. You know what I'm saying? And and niggas, they don't want to show. Now, what this is, now you see the Kaaba, and you see they go around that 7 times. But I used to hear of this one ceremony where they throw stones. I used to always hear it was a white pillar. Okay, it was a white pillar. And I know what a pillar is. You know what I'm saying? And that they would throw stones at the white pillar. And you know what I'm saying? This pillar was symbolic of the devil. And then when I finally got a chance to see it for my damn self, I see that it's actually an obelisk. Now, we got to be clear about one thing, that the obelisk, and I got many more clear pictures that's coming up, so you just hold your horses. We understand that the obelisk, the Washington Monument, all of the obelisks that's in front of all the cathedrals in Rome, that is symbolic of the phallus of Osiris. Okay, Osiris was murdered by his brother Seti, and that he was chopped up into 14 pieces. Though all of those pieces was recovered by his wife, his holy wife Isis, except one piece, and that was his phallus. And so, she wept and wept, and prayed to the nether, to the gods and goddesses for help, that they would have mercy on Osiris. And with the help of the gods and the ancient African gods and goddesses, they allowed for Osiris to resurrect, you understand, for a period of time, and this was a sacred, holy phallus that came upon him and allowed him to impregnate his wife. So this was the first, immaculate conception. And so in symbolism of that phallus, Isis created what you know today as the obelisk. It is the phallus of Osiris. So I don't give a fuck where you see it at. It does not change the origin of the symbol. It's an Egyptian African symbol that represents Osiris phallus. And so when I finally got a chance to see it, I say, damn, I thought it was a pillar. It ends up being and white obelisk. And this ain't the only obelisk at Mecca. Okay, so now the reason why they're doing this, the fact is that the Egyptian artifact was in the land already, and that they were in, with no exception, had to bow down just like any other people in the presence of such the greatest people that have ever walked the earth. So they were in awe at that time, and they bowed down just like everybody else bowed down. You see what I'm saying? But because wanted to rule, it became if you continue to pray to the artifacts of the Africans, then that's evidence that you know that they the gods and goddesses of this planet. So they end up flipping on the artifacts. Okay, in one instance, they'll throw stones and say that this is the devil. You understand? You know why they say? Because that was one of the so-called, 360 so-called idols that they were worshiping. Goddamn it, a lot of them were Egyptian idols. Just like we're going to deal with the golden calf. They admit to that. And that wasn't the only Egyptian god, because if you read the Bible, it tells you that they not only worship Hathor, which is the black woman. So we understand that when they came up out of Egypt, which we know is biblical, but we understand that they thieves and that they told on themselves that they was worshiping the black woman too. Okay, because that was the dominant worship across the African continent, Asian continent, which was also colonized first by Africans. So the African culture was from all over Africa and Asia. Okay, and that they were worshiping the blood. Nah, you could call it Ishtar. Ishtar is Isis. Okay, that's the Babylonian, and we done showed that Nimrod is the son of Ethiopia, brother of Egypt. So we understand that Ishtar is nothing but Isis. That this is and Hathor is two sides of one coin. They are the same goddess, venerated. That's why you see Isis with the cow horns, because she's the holy mother, and the cow is symbolic of nourishment. She's the sustainer, the holy sustainer of the planet, of the universe. And so the cow is a divine mother concept, a mother symbol of nourishment and of nourishment and providing of food and sustenance and holy blessings and so on and so forth. And so you see that the crescent is nothing but the cow horn. See, this is encrypted, but we're going to get into that after this. And so you see the Hajj guy. If you see one, you see Mecca. Then you see two, you see Medina. Then you see, and if you go all the way to three, if you see two, that's all the way to the right, you see Mount Arafat. Okay, and it's hard for you to see it, but it's an obelisk. Now on Mount Arafat, hear me out, they go, and it be millions of Muslims at that mountain, and it's got an obelisk on the top of it. And they say at that mountain is where Muhammad gave his last prayers, his last sermons. And if you go to that mountain today, you see that there's an obelisk on. So it's not the same as this obelisk. And I got much better photos coming up so that you can see it. So you see again, number one, pilgrims begin Hajj by circling the great mosque of Mecca 7 times in the counterclockwise direction. Don't know why you go counterclockwise, because you're counterclockwise. Spiritually, you're counterclockwise, bitch. You're going, that's chaos, nigga. You going, opposite of clockwise, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So you on some other shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then you go over the 4 all the way to the right, and you see pray at Mount Arafat and listen to sermons, and where Prophet Muhammad preached his last sermon. Okay, now when we talk about this, I'm gonna read this, so when you look at this, you can understand this more profoundly than me just putting it up and just letting you know that the obelisk come out of Egypt. No good. So the fact that they got the obelisk there is in itself letting you know that they was aware of Egypt. They was aware of many of the symbolism of Egypt. So when we look at that black stone and we see that it got an outer casing of a womb, you're going to see that Osiris and Isis was already in the land. As you could go all the way to Iran and Iraq, and you see Zoroaster, and you see the winged sun disk up there. So I'm just letting you, if you can see the distance that the Africans had taken the culture of the Nile Valley. Okay, so when we talk about Mount Arafat, you see that according to Islamic tradition, the hill is the place where Prophet Muhammad stood and delivered the farewell sermon to Muslims who had accompanied him for the Hajj towards the end of his life. Muslims also say that it was also the place where Adam and Eve reunited on earth after falling from heaven. It is the place where Adam was forgiven. Hence, it's also known as the Mount of Mercy, a pillar. See, here we go again. They keep saying a pillar because a nigga gonna think it's just a circular pillar like a column. They're not saying that it's an obelisk, because if you say it's an obelisk, then automatically motherfucker gonna be like, well, goddamn, that's Egyptian. You see what I'm saying? Let me just deal with an obelisk is erected to show the place where the aforementioned took place. Okay, now you see where this is at, Jabal Arafat, Mount Arafat in Saudi Arabia. Now look at this. I'm gonna show you if you look, but I got a much clearer picture. I just want you to see the how many Muslims is out there around this mountain. Millions of during Ramadan come to this mountain to pray. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you get on top of the mountain, you will see that it's an obelisk. Okay, and this is where Muhammad is supposedly, perform his farewell sermon to all the Muslims that accompanied him through his life. You see what I'm saying? And so you see him right there bowing down. They not over there. Now, the other one they was throwing to fool you. You understand what I'm saying? Because they were praying to a lot of the Egyptian artifacts before they came into Islam. You understand what I'm saying? No different than Zoroastrianism. They had Egyptian gods and goddesses nonetheless. The crescent that you see, the crescent and star, that crescent is Hathor, which the Arabians call Ishtar. That's all that it is. Okay, and then you can lie and run, but you understand. But what we're looking at here, the other one they throw the stones at, and they've even changed that. They don't throw it at the obelisk no more. They didn't put up some walls up there where they didn't remove, but here you see them bowing down and praying. Wait a minute, hold it. Now this is the one they throw the stones at. So you can see right there, that's an obelisk. That's an obelisk. You know why? Because it was already in the land. Okay, they were already over there. But just like when they say Muhammad came and cleared the Kaaba out, you see, some of them they didn't get rid of. They still left them there, and they fooling you by thinking, oh, that's and then they got enough nerve to call it the devil. You see what I'm saying? Listen to that. When I used to always hear my uncles talk about that, and then they go around, and I don't know how many stones. I think they throw 7 stones at the obelisk. You know what I'm saying? But again, you see how they call it pillar, because they don't want you to know that the Egyptian culture was already in the land before they showed up, and no different than the Babylonians, no different than the Israelites, no different than anybody that came down as foreigners in the land. They adopted the Nile Valley culture. Okay, again, looking at it from the top and see, and they come, but they've removed this today. You see what I'm saying? They removed this today, and they just got walls up there to throw it at. And this is up close. And you can see some of them niggas out there blacker than mud, but they don't got no knowledge of who they are. They don't have no knowledge of who they are. Now, this is the one on Mount Arafat. They got obelisks all through Mecca. No different than the damn Romans. As we gonna deal with that. I told you that the Arab came through the curtain of African, the iron curtain of African culture that was up Turkey, Iran, Iraq. You understand that? Blocked them out behind them damn mountains. You understand what I'm saying? When Alexander bust through and came down and conquered much of the land, the Arab came through. If you look at an Arab and look at a Greek, or look at, if you put a turban on the damn Greek, you'll swear he was an Arab. There's no different in them. They all come from the same goddamn place. An Arab is a Roman, and that's why Roman Catholicism and Islam is so close. And if you go in the Quran, as I did, Alexander the Great is in the Quran. Do y'all understand? I went over that, and I'm gonna go over that again. I'm gonna just do a video totally on that, so niggas can understand. That's the how you can see the relationship. The fact that they made Alexander a righteous man in the Quran. Do you read? Go read it up. All you have to do is Google it. Alexander the fake. You know you're gonna have to put in the great, so that the shit will come up, but he's not great. He's the fake. If you put in Alexander the Great in the Quran, the shit will come up, okay? The Muslims know he's in there, and that show you the Roman connection to fucking Islam. God damn, man. This shit is wide open today, okay? And you can see it from the top. And you can see it. Now, look it down there. I got it close. You see them putting their hands on the obelisk? You see them putting their hands on the obelisk and venerating the obelisk? You thought I was going to play games with you, didn't you? You thought I was, oh, Seti, no, motherfucker is real. Wake up, nigga. Didn't nobody show you this? Nigga, the general showing you this. Look at this. See, now you see what's at the top. And you see they got their hands on the obelisk, venerating this obelisk, okay? Wait a minute. I'm gonna keep moving so you get, and they have it all, and they come out millions. Okay, it'd be millions of them at this at one time, and all type of ceremonies. You understand? Wait a minute. Let me get to the one. Now this is the one where they throw the stones at. I'm gonna go over it again. Hater the great Nile Valley culture already dominant in the land. Okay, but this is the one that they venerate. Okay, this is where the one where they got their hand right here. You can see them with their hands on. You understand what I'm saying? They venerating the obelisk. So so the question was, the phallus of Osiris worshipped at Mecca as a god? I asked you the goddamn question. Now you look at the motherfucker and you give me the answer, nigga. If you think nigga say I don't put up shit and fake the funk, nigga. I bring that smoke. Now, I'm going to ask you the question again, because it does not change what the symbol is. It's an Egyptian symbol, and it is a phallus. It's the phallus of Osiris. So I'm going to ask you the question again, nigga. Is the phallus of Osiris worshipped in Mecca as a god? And the question is yes. Okay, now let me come on over here. Look at this. See, this is encryption. You see the minaret is the phallus. See? They encrypted it. You know what I'm saying? So it's still phallic in the shape of it, but they didn't put a little engravings on it, and they didn't took the pyramid off the top. You understand? So you don't recognize it, but most people still recognize it. Now, if you can see the sun in there, you see the obelisk and you see the sun. Okay, and we also know that the obelisk was a sundial also. They used the obelisk to tell the time of day. You understand what I'm saying? So you see that's encryption right there. Okay, and I got that one scroll, and if you haven't seen the scroll, what Osiris is raising up, and you see its phallus is erect, and you see the sun is right above his phallus, because most of the gods know if they right, they body right, they mind right, they eating right. When you get up in the morning, nigga, you know you resurrect with the sun, nigga. You strong and long, nigga. When that sun rise up, nigga, you rise up. So that's why the phallus and the sun are interchangeable symbolisms of the black man, or the black god on the planet. You understand? That's why they call us the Sarah, son of the sun, nigga, because we connected to the sun not just through our pineal, but through our phallus, nigga. And if you right, the sun will pull on you. You understand, nigga? It will pull on you and bring you to erection, which is the resurrection. You understand what I'm saying? Because resurrection is what? Re-erection. You re-erect. That's how you resurrect. You re-erect, nigga. And if you don't re-erect, nigga, you're dead. Nigga, you're dead. Point blank. Let me move on. So when you look right here, you see right there that these Muslims then built a mosque inside of the Luxor Museum. So they not only did they know that there was already Egyptian culture in the land when they got a chance to come in Egypt, they say we in the storehouse of African wisdom now. So how in the hell are you looking at Egypt to be evil, this, that, and the third, and you build your so-called holy mosque inside of the temple of ancient Egypt? You understand what I'm saying? Because that was really a military camp where they was in there stealing off the damn walls. You understand? Getting all the information that they got that they stealing right there, and that's just a military camp right there in the Egyptian temple. You can see the minaret in the back, and then you see the obelisk right there in the front. You can see the obelisk in the front, and then you see the minarets in the back. That's all that it is. So you see it's in Mecca, you see, and so they done encrypted the minaret so where you don't, but you still see it if you take your time and understand the course of thievery that been taking place over the time that the Arab done been in Egypt. You understand what it is. Okay, and then we're talking about, again, do you understand when you listen to the prayers, okay? Do you understand that they pray, they say they're about the moon, but they don't pray toward, on the cycle of the moon. They pray on the cycle of the sun. Damn, y'all motherfuckers better wake the fuck up. They don't pray on no cycle or no damn moon. They pray on the cycle of the sun. And do you see what the name of the afternoon prayer is? Asar. Now, I'm not giving no credits because they use the Semitic language to create the damn. I'm just letting you know. But in doing that, they let us know the deity who they was worshiping when they gave up that information. You told on yourself. We know that y'all created that garbage, but you told on yourself, and you see that the afternoon prayer is what? Asar. Look at it for yourself. Sick of y'all. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up today. Go look it up. Don't take your time. Go look and put in Islamic afternoon prayer and see what it come up. Asar. Okay, then let's move on. And so you see right here what prostration. So we showing you the shit that they got over there in Mecca. They had already seen. They copied it. The obelisk, the worship of Osiris, Isis, Amun, Ra, all of the deities was already in the land. They destroyed it. They destroyed a lot of the temples. But even after the Egyptian temples, there was also Ethiopian, the Ethiopia of today. They had a lot of evidence of architecture over there too. They destroyed it. I got books on it. They destroyed it. It was there before they got there. So you see the prostrations of the Muslim they got from Egypt. You can see right there, the king, Nubian king, Tarhaka. And you see him right there in the prostration that the Muslims stole up out of Egypt. Let me keep it moving. So you see, and then they say they hate the black woman. They say that the black woman can't, or the woman, they're not the black one, they hate the woman. You understand what I'm saying? And you can see right there the statues from ancient Egypt where Isis is prostrating, where the Muslims stole the damn prostrating from the African goddess Isis. And so that's why I'm gonna get on that black stone. You niggas better wake up. That's the black hole of Newt, and I'm gonna get on that. You understand? Them Romans, when they incorporated Catholicism and Islam, they made sure that the Black Madonna was venerated in Islam. You understand what I'm saying? So you see they got the book of Maryam, and Maryam her name is called more times in the Quran than Jesus and Muhammad put together. You understand? That's how them Catholics is cold-blooded, man. You understand? They made them put that womb there, and you know the Arab hate women. So you know he ain't had nothing to do with it. It was there before he got there, and then the Roman incorporated it in there, but it was already in the land before the Roman got there. Okay? Wait a minute. And so you see right there, the Arab thieves of African culture, the African woman, mother of all religion. And you see the Nubians right there. This before Habasha. This before the Sabaean. This is before Judaism and all that garbage that they got in there. I love my people. And a lot of people venom, oh, the Ethiopians. The Ethiopians ain't started shit. The Ethiopians got a crack of Christianity over there. You just ain't peeled back the veil on it. And I'm cracking their head too, because it's time up for that shit. Y'all keep talking about the Ethiopian Jews and all of that. Up under that shit is nothing but arabatosis. And I got to pull back the veil and tell the truth. And as long as y'all play, y'all play, on that fake blackness in the Bible and shit, then the trap doors will always be there for them to come up. It's just like a Trojan horse that you allow this book into your culture and your life so that they can come up in it eventually as a Trojan horse and destroy you from within. Let me keep it moving. You see this, how in the hell he know what a God is? The motherfucker been scooping up camel shit for the last 1,000 years. He don't know nothing about no God, no book, no alphabet, no nothing. You understand? When they conquered with their barbaric ass along with the Romans, because with the Romans gave them a peek into what Egypt was, into what the culture was. And then later, after the Romans became weak, some of their own tribes came, just like the Germans. Just like the Germans came up. The Romans never conquered the Germans. They got a little piece of it, but they never conquered the Germans. They're just like Britain. Britannia was once a Roman colony, but after Rome fell, Britannia rose up to become, the dominant oppressor on the planet. So just like the Arabs came in up under the Romans, eventually the Romans would become weak and fall, and one of their own barbarian tribes would rise up, called the Arabs, and come in and replace them and become the new conquerors on the planet. Let me keep it moving. So you see right there, the prostrations or the different prayers, formations of the Muslim come right up out of Egypt. There's nothing original in it. If I could show you the people's praying this way tens of thousands of years before the Muslim quit playing with me. Quit playing with it. Ain't gonna be that you see the obelisk, you see the womb, you see them building inside of the temple. And then when we show the comparisons of all the shit that they took, you gonna think it's a coincidence. And they got mosques right inside of the temple where they using it as a military base to steal the information off the wall. Here we go. Look at this. The Arab is just a thief of African culture. So you see him with the open hand. Got their open hands and they, out and, come, for the ancestors or the deities to come into them. That's just like you inviting them in. This is what you're doing. And so they took that. Okay. And so many times the Africans were actually imitating many of the animal spirits of Africa, such as the yellow baboon, because they watched the yellow baboon and many other animals. When the sun first rises in the morning, the yellow baboon would throw his hands up in front of his face to block the sun. You see what I'm saying? And so, being that was a animal sacred to Tahuti, then they would mimic the animal and incorporate that into their own spirituality. So we going all the way back to where the symbolisms even originated from. So the goddamn Muslim don't know what the fuck he doing. He don't know what the fuck he doing, where it came from. He saw it on the wall and he stole it. And you see right there our brother Malcolm, man. And we love him. We love him. One of the greatest of all time. Arguably the greatest. The man that woke me up out of my sleep. Who I first latched on to and loved. Malcolm, so dear to my heart. Love him like my own father. Love him like my own father. Hurt me to my heart how the legacy of this great prophet was brought to an end by some ruthless niggas. You understand? Farrakhan and all his cohorts, scatless ass, kill a man so great in spirit and mind like that. But you can see he was close to home. You understand what I'm saying? He was close to home in mind and spirit, and he was in the ways of his African ancestors. And though whether he knew it at that time or not, he was moving in that direction. He was moving in that direction. And you see these vagabonds over there with fleas in their beards and shit, this, that, and ticks all in their beard and shit, still in the African legacy. And we got to wake up. We can't keep letting these people steal our legacy and our history, and we don't bomb on them. You know, we talk about intellectually and let them know, and then you know, I'm gonna deal with it on another level at another time. But they got to be dealt with. Okay, so you see again with the minaret, right, showing you that it's nothing but a replica of the obelisk, and the obelisk was in the land that you call Arabia nonetheless. Nonetheless, the minaret is only a replica encrypted to hide the fact that it's an obelisk all along. Okay, and you can see when you look at the two minarets that's in front of most mosques today, you will see that there were two obelisks in front of the Egyptian temples. Is nothing but a replica. We got to wake up, family. We got to wake up. And so this is going to be my last slide for this particular video, and I'm going to come back to you. So when you look at all these obelisks that's sacred to Osiris, in the great temple of Karnak, you see them standing all to the sky. You see, it would be, it's at least 20 to 30 obelisks that was in the Karnak temple. And then, you know, the Romans with their thieving ass went over there and tore many of them down and took them back to Rome. And so when you come to Mecca and you see the minarets, you see them, you know, to the sky, you got to see there's only a replica of Karnak. So family, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't want to go down no further because it was damn near at the end anyway. It was damn near at the end anyway. It was damn near at the end anyway. And matter of fact, I might as well go on and show these last little 5, 6 slides because y'all been with me. Let me see. I thought my computer was about to die. Y'all been with me this long. I got to show you. So if you go to Kaaba, you can see the cartouches that's in the black veil over the Kaaba. I'm gonna pull up. If you see, can you see at the bottom? You see the cartouches, but they symbolic of the wings of the sun. And if you look in the middle, you see that that's Allah. Now, how is it that they write Allah in the sun? So this is what you call an encryption. This is hidden symbolism within Islam that you see the sun, and then they say don't prostrate in the Quran to the sun, to the star, and to the moon. Prostrate to Allah who created the sun, the star, and you go right out here, and that's all. You can even see the obelisks in the veil, the shroud over the Quran. You can see the obelisk in the shroud. Man, we got to wake up today, man. We got to wake up today. We got to wake up today. And you see, they say in the Quran, don't prostrate to the sun. And you can see the sun is on the damn doors, supposedly the gold doors of the Quran. You can see the sun, this is right there in the Quran. That lets you know this was the original. You can see, just like when you go to Iran with the Zoroastrianism and they got the winged sun disk, it was no different that was the same religion in what you call Arabia today. They done tore down the artifact. They done tore down the symbols. You understand what I'm saying? But there's still enough there for you to know that it was in the land. And you can see them right there. They holding up, you know, part of, you know, of the, I think it's that's what they call it. It's almost like when we go to meetings and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a veil of what they was going to put on the shroud. And you can see it's nothing but a cartouche. It's nothing but a cartouche. That's all that it is. It's a cartouche and got the writing, which the Arabic is nothing but taken from the Demotic. They took our symbols and created what you call the Semitic language. Even though we have a different vernacular, they took our symbols and added their vocals to our symbols. The alphabet belongs to African people. They didn't have no damn alphabet. I'm sorry to tell y'all that. What you call Arabic or Hebrew is nothing but the heretic. Sick of you, okay? And so again, the proof is there. The proof is there. We go all the way back, and I want to end again. To end it all. To end it all, family. Thank y'all for y'all support. I ask you once again, is the phallus of Osiris worshipped in Mecca as a god? And I'm gonna look down in my chat, and I want y'all to give me the answer. I'm gonna ask you again. Is the phallus of Osiris worshipped in Mecca as a god? Can I get some answers out there? 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 I want y'all to take this video. I want y'all to take this information. Make sure y'all get it. Make sure y'all get a King Seti some shout out now. Give me some shout out. Thank y'all for y'all support, man. Love y'all. Thank you. You know, y'all support me. I'll go hard for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna come in here with no shit that I'll come with the atomic bomb shit that you could take anywhere in the world. And when I give you this, don't never back down. You got to have the will and energy to stand, because a motherfucker gonna say this, but you got to say what you say. You got to stand on your own word and believe in your masters and believe in your teachers and believe in your prophets who brought the information to you, just like they believe in theirs. And if you believe in it and you teach the truth with strength and with the energy of the ancestors, you're going to defeat anybody in your way. So family, I'm up out of here. It's 8:40. I'm not that far off. And I think I should end with the black woman. I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to get some water and I'm going to come back again. Just give me a minute and I'm going to end it because I want to have them all up here at one time. I don't want to do the phallus and don't do the womb. So we got the black woman coming up and I'm going to be swift with it. You know what I'm saying? So please come back. If you can't, then come back and watch it, you know, tomorrow sometime when you get a chance. But if you can, go on and get the full strength of it. Because when you get the full strength of it, stay with you. It ain't going nowhere. And then go do your research. I don't put this shit up just for you to just watch video and say, oh, Seti, you the truth. No, I put that shit up there so you could go do research. Just say the King Seti showed me the blueprint on how to get this information. That's all I asked of you, to give me credit for the research that I'm doing to help you to go in the right direction in which you're going. You understand? I know it's going to be much information that you add on to this, but let it be known that the King Sarasun Seti showed you the right direction in which to go. And that's all that I asked of you. Thank you very much for being here, family. I'll be back in about 10 minutes after I get some water, and I'm going to be fired up for this black woman as God. And you better have your ass in the place, because if y'all stayed in here for the phallus and this, that, and the third, don't sell the black woman short. It ain't that late. Come on back, family. Black Pop.